Hello everybody, I am here making Jewelweed soap, so I thought I'd bring you along again. I know I've made this before, but this would be a new video, so I'm getting my gloves on. And I have my glasses on, and I have closed-toed shoes, long sleeves, and long pants. Yes, we're all covered. So here's my Jewelweed that I packaged up, Jewelweed tea that I made last summer and had in the freezer. So we're going to break this apart a little. Let's see, we have to break these apart a little. Boy, that's a big chunk. Well, we're going to make it work. 13.5 for this one, 20.5, and I need, how much do I need? It's the recipe, let's see, 24 ounces, so I need a few more ounces. Okay, 5 for concrete floors. 22 and a half, 23 and a half. How much is it? 24. 24.3. 23.7. I'm going to add a little bit of water. 22.9. Okay, that's good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a little bit of water. So I need 2.1 ounces of water. So get our distilled water out. 2.1 ounces because I want to put some sugar, organic sugar in it. So we'll do 2.1, and we'll get a little bit of organic sugar. Let's see if we can get a whole teaspoon of it dissolved in this. Let's see, how much oil? 3.9. So we'll do 2 teaspoons of sugar in here. Mix that up. That's my spatula. And we'll dissolve this. And once it's dissolved, I'll add it to this and we'll have our full 24 ounces of liquid. And we have 9 ounces of lye to put into there and mix up. And I'm going to transfer this into my big container here. Put all that in there. Get all the little pieces out. So how I make this is I get Jewelweed and distilled water and I cook it on the grill outside until I have, and I fill it with Jewelweed and fill it with water until I can't fit any more of either in there. Mostly it's 2 gallons of distilled water in a kind of canning pot that I use. And I cook it down by half. So I cook away half of the water. So here's my sugar water, and I'm just going to add that in because we want lots of bubbles. Okay, so we got the sugar, and here's our lye mixture. Let me put my scissors away here. And we're going to just add our lye a little at a time make sure it dissolves fully into this Jewelweed tea that I have. And of course we started it with a little bit of the sugar in there. So I'm just going to stir it around. Now, are you absolutely certain that you have to do this way? Well, I like to keep the temperature low, and so it doesn't make this all brown, because if it goes brown enough, I don't want it really dark brown. So we want to make sure that it dissolves completely before we get the next bit of lye in. And I'll add some music to this. Okay, now my oils have finally gotten all dissolved in this crock pot. And I'll bring them so you can see them. And we're going to go ahead and put our lye solution here into the crock pot with the oils. And then we'll take a reading on the temperature. We do want to scrape out all of our lye solution. Okay. There we go. And we will stick blend this. I like to stick blend it personally to a medium trace. There's not going to be any color or any other additives or any fragrance added to this. I did put a little bit of sodium lactate in my lye solution. And so that's all we got. Plus our sugar for bubbles. People always like bubbles. I like bubbles. Okay, I thought I'd bring you back. It's about 10 minutes later, and this is where we're at. So it's starting to cook, and I'll bring you back when it's farther along. Hi everybody, it's been another about 10 more minutes, and this is where we're at. And we have a little oil separation in the middle, but we'll mix that back in as we go along. And we'll bring you back. Okay, it's been 30 minutes. Let's see. No, we still have solid material underneath, so we're going to give it another 5 minutes and I'll bring you back. Okay, we are back. And we have no hard stuff left, so we can stir this up. And as you can see, we are at the mashed potato stage. And we'll give it a pH test with the phenolphthalein and see where we're at. Okay. Okay. And this is what I use to test the pH. See if it'll focus. I guess it'll focus there. Phenolphthalein solution, 1%. Okay, so take a little piece of paper towel, kitchen towel, and we'll put a little bit of soap on here. Cover this up. And we'll see where we're at. And it's essentially done. There's just a tiny little pink spot right there. So this is basically done. So we can put it in our mold. So I'll get the mold. Turn this off. We have our spoon here, and even if it's not 100% completely done, we have no worries because it will certainly turn into soap even in the mold, so no worries here. Looks pretty gel-like to me. It's still pretty hot. Let's see, how hot is it when we're done? 156. That's not bad. Make sure it all goes in the mold. The other pot is going to overflow if I don't watch it. Oh, baby. Turn it down. Let's see. Scrape that in. I'm just going to turn this off. Stuff, man. Okay, phew. Got a little volcano in that other pot. Turn the heat off, and it's doing great. We have enough for a couple of little extra molds in here, I'm sure. I want to fill it to the top. And let's get this leveled out. Nice and level. Hi everybody, here we are to cut the Jewelweed soap. So I thought we would unmold it here. I got it out of the mold and now we'll just take the freezer paper off. And just pretty much a plain and simple soap. Hot process. It's going to have some air holes because of how thick it was. But it's beautiful soap. And let me get my trimmer here and we'll trim this here along these edges. And yes, I keep all my scraps. And we'll do this side all along here. I did come in to the soap studio yesterday about 2 hours after molding this, and because hot process cools on the edges quite a bit more quickly than the center, it would rise up on the edges. So I was pushing it down on the edges, so it seemed to help that a bit. So we'll go ahead and cut this. I had another loaf that I've already cut. Let's see, can you see that all right? Yep. And I usually don't do too many sample bars of this, but it is February and I normally get orders from people in the South United States starting in March. So I thought we could get this soap done. Very simple bar. I like this size because it fits in your hand very nicely. And they're pretty much all the same. A little air pocket, and we'll put some of that other soap in there. Let's see, we got a piece of it here. And we'll mush that up. Stick that in there. And pretty much does it. But this seems to go through saponification very well, and I get a lot of rave reviews on how this helps people's skin. So I'm quite happy. I do have some white chunks. This is soap that did not accept the regular color, but it's still the same soap, no problems. And there we have it, Jewelweed soap. These bars are over 5 ounces, so after they cure for a few weeks, they will be about 5 ounces, so they're perfect. Yeah, it's quite nice. And we'll clean them up, of course. And there we go. And we'll finish up this last piece. That's a nice big chunk. And there we go. I wish I didn't have those white pieces in there, but no big deal. It's handmade, right? So, thanks for watching, guys. God bless. Have a great week. We'll see you in the next video.